What's up, y'all? So, on the topic of today, apparently the Egyptian military just overthrew the so-called democratically elected leader of Egypt, Mohammed Morsi, head of the Muslim Brotherhood, former head, whatever. And of course, all the hoopla on all the different cable networks. I'm actually watching The Five now on Fox News. I was watching The Lead with Mr. Jake Tapper. And of course, the big story is, this is a coup. So, Obama did warn that if the military, opposed a military coup, that he would cut the 1.3 billion in military aid, whatever that he gives to that we, not he doesn't have anything. We, the taxpayers, let me correct myself, give to the Egyptian army on an annual basis. Well, let me just say this, and I'll be short. I would hope that in this country, if we had a leader, or if we elected a leader, democratically elected, just like Morsi was, and we elected a leader in this country, and that leader became despotic and tyrannical, and of course, under our Constitution, the president is commander-in-chief of the armed forces. I would hope that in this country that we also have a military that would say to that despotic leader, Mr. President, Madam President, you're no longer in power. If it came to a point where the president of the United States was doing the same thing that President Morsi was doing in Egypt, as far as crushing all political opposition and trying to institute Sharia law, crushing. I mean, we talk about civil liberties being crushed in America. Our civil liberties. It doesn't even compare to what President Morsi was doing in Egypt and the power that he had consolidated unto himself in Egypt. But I would hope if we had a president or a leader that became that despotic, that our military would not obey him, that our military would not turn on the people, that instead they would remove that president from power. We have a constitutional process, of course, of course, as the president of an administration was removed from power for being a despot, a dictator, a tyrant, I would assume his vice president will be going with him. So then, of course, the Speaker of the House would become president. I would hope, like I said, that we had a military that would stand with the people, because that's what the Egyptian military is doing. The Egyptian military is standing with the people because they are from amongst the people, just like our military is. I don't believe that our military, the U.S. military, would ever turn its guns on the United States under the directions of any president. I believe that they would either stand down and put down their arms, or either they would turn against that leader, and stand with the people, and drive that leader from power. But I don't believe that they would do that. And I appreciate the Egyptian military for not doing that, for not turning the guns and the tanks, on the Egyptian people. And, and siding with freedom. I mean, come on, Morsi, he may have been so-called, elected president, but, all elections over there, in my opinion, are screwy anyway. So, that's debatable where he was, whether he was democratically elected or not. But I mean, for God's sakes, the man was the head of the Muslim Brotherhood. The Muslim Brotherhood is a terrorist organization. It's been categorized as a terrorist organization by the U.S. government for decades. I mean, the Muslim Brotherhood is the father, the mother, of Al Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, well, no, I don't think Osama bin Laden was actually a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, but Ayman al-Zawahiri, his number two, the so-called brains behind Al-Qaeda, he was a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, and so are many other Al-Qaeda members. They are the mother of all Islamic terrorist groups in the modern age, and I'm glad that he's gone from power. That's all I gotta say. What do you think?